as a witness to both the 2008 and 2022 Olympics, and an IOC member for 18 years, Beijing 2022 senior consultant Anthony Edgar talked to our reporter Zhuman Dan in an exclusive interview on what it means to be the world's first dual Olympic city.
I'm someone that used to listen to the Olympic Games on a radio when I was young. I was an athlete as a child and had a dream of competing at the Olympics. My father was a very good sportsman and went to the Rome Olympic Games. I've been with the IOC for 18 years. There's many aspects of the Olympic Games which are special, but I loved it well before I started working for the IOC.
Beijing is the first city to host both Winter and Summer Olympic Games. It's the first dual Olympic city. What do you think it means for a city to host both?
It is very special because in the 120-odd year history of the modern Olympic Games, there's never been a city that's held two. And that's part of the reason Big Shu approached me, because I already knew that Beijing had many great people who'd put on one of the best Olympic Games ever. So they didn't need help from me to how to run an Olympic Games. They've already run one of the best, but they hadn't run a Winter Olympic Games. So that's really where I came in, because with the IOC I worked every Olympic Games and also every Winter Olympic Games. So I've been able to help them better understand just the complexities of a Winter Olympic Games and how it is different.
Beijing is able to host two Olympic Games because they can use some of the venues from the first one, and that's how they achieve sustainability and leave a legacy. Which of these venues that you have impressed you the most?
Well, it's not a matter of impress me, because I know the venues so well from 2008. But that was always a part of the bid for 2008 to build an infrastructure for the city of Beijing, not just for the Olympic Games of 2008. We're using all of these venues today. We've just transformed them from summer venues to winter venues, or to ice venues. And of course the Bird's one of the most iconic venues in the world, and it's hosting again the Summer Games and the Winter Games ceremonies. But the beauty of this one is that China wanted to develop its Winter Games infrastructure, using the initiative of a Winter Olympic Games to build venues not just to host elite athletes and elite sports, but where all Chinese can use them. And the train infrastructure that goes up there, so it doesn't take 4 hours to drive to Zhangjiakou, it takes 50 minutes on the fast train. And so it's all within reach of one of the biggest and most amazing cities in the world.
You've talked about Beijing wanting to build the winter sports infrastructure. So what do you think an Olympic legacy is?
When I was involved in assisting in putting together the bids, you had to really understand, what does this city want to do? So there's no one legacy, and what is that legacy? For some cities, it was to put in an infrastructure. For other cities, it was to leave the city or the mountains as clean as they were before the Games, because they didn't need the infrastructure. So it is very different. So what's important is that legacy is right for your city. And it's your legacy, not the IOC's legacy. But it's a legacy which the Olympic Games can assist in promoting.
The game hasn't started yet, but how do you feel? How do you feel these days coming to Beijing again?
Oh, I've been here for 3 months on this trip, and I felt very at home. I've actually enjoyed going around, many of my favourite places within Beijing and without tourists. So in many other places I was the only tourist. So I'm very comfortable here. I've been here about 40 times now, just over 40 times. And I think once the competition starts and we've got the big air where the Chinese potentially could win that event, you've got the short track which Chinese time and time again since Yang Yang won her first medal. As an event itself, it is not as big as the Summer Games, and it becomes a lot more intimate. You can actually watch everything where that's actually impossible with the summer games because you don't, you've got 20 sports on at the same time, whereas you only have a couple of sports. So on television, it's an incredible event to watch and participate in.
Thank you very much. And today is the Chinese New Year's Eve. Do you have something to say to the Chinese people?
Just Happy New Year, and it's a great way to start it with such an amazing event.